Hi, welcome to the fifth episode of our fertility podcast. Today we're going to talk about a very important topic that many patients willing to undergo fertility treatment abroad are concerned about. And this is how to choose the right fertility clinic. There may be many aspects that you want to take into consideration when choosing the right clinic. It can start from location, it can start from success rates, it can start with the kind of treatments offered, also the quality of attention, or the latest technologies that are available in the market. All these options play a very important role when choosing your clinic. Today we're going to go through each one of them so you can make the right choice. Success rates. Success rates depend on many aspects, and one of the most important aspects is age. We need to make sure that each patient is evaluated individually. As each patient is completely different, it can respond differently to medication, therefore having a different success rate. Many clinics talk about success rates in live births or clinical pregnancies, but we ensure that when we give a success rate to a patient, this success rate is based on their own needs and it's based on their own characteristics. So this is why when choosing your clinic, make sure to have a first consultation with a doctor who can tell you exactly which are your chances and what are your options towards fertility. This way, you will make an informed decision. When the age is a factor when doing an IVF treatment with your own eggs, it is very important to consider different options that can improve the success of your treatment. For example, PGTA. With age, the quality of the eggs tend to be lower. So this is why it's very important to undergo an assessment like a pre-genetic testing for aneuploidies to discard any genetic disorders that could lead to a failure of implantation, an early miscarriage, or the worst case scenario, a baby affected with genetic conditions. This is why success rates vary, and this is why it's important that we can check and take into consideration these options. Techniques and technology. Also very important aspects to take into consideration while choosing your clinic. We can start by saying that ICSI has become the standard technique for fertilizing eggs. And this is done at our clinic on a daily basis. This way, we ensure that the best sperm is selected to fertilize the eggs retrieved. And this way, we can make sure that the embryos achieve day 5 at a stage of blastocyst and are ready to be transferred. Technologies like time-lapse embryo incubators are also very important because it allows us to check the development of the embryos from day 1 to day 5 without removing the tray and going to the microscope every time. Doing this may affect the embryo or expose it to stress situations because the embryo is leaving the natural temperature that represents or emulates the same conditions of the uterus. Also important testing can be done when there are several failures of implantation. We work with the endometrial testing, which allows us not only to check if there are any genetic conditions on the endometrium, but also if there are factors like endometriosis or even the microbiome, who is affecting this implantation. Undergoing these tests can provide us with the right window of implantation and make sure that when we do a preparation, this preparation is done in the same way it was done during this test. So this way your doctor can know exactly what will happen and how your endometrium will be by the time of the transfer. Advanced sperm selection techniques. When factors such as DNA fragmentation of the sperm are the main causes of infertility, techniques like ZyMut allows our embryologists to select the sperm that has no double-strand DNA fragmentation before doing the ICSI procedure, ensuring that fertilization takes place under the best conditions possible. Bonus tip! High-standard laboratories work with a technology called RI-Witness, which allows to ensure the traceability of the samples during the entire length of your treatment. Treatments. When deciding which clinic to choose, make sure that all the treatments are available, making sure that your treatment is offered as part of their services. One of the treatments is IVF using your own eggs, another treatment is IVF using donor eggs. Other treatments could be more aimed on fertility preservation to delay motherhood, and then there are other personalized treatments tailored for each individual case that your doctor will be happy to explain you. Types of clinics. Not all the clinics are the same, and they have been designed to cover different aspects according to their location or the type of patients they see daily. There are very local clinics, but there are also international clinics which are more aimed to multilingual approach and are used to work with patients coming from all over the world. International clinics are more specialized in complex cases, and this is because they are used to work with patients coming from all around the world who have struggled before in fertility treatments. Clinics with a human and empathetic approach. It is very important that you choose a clinic where the team is side by side with you during the entire process. It's not only about the result, it is also about the process itself and how stressless this process could be. So finding a clinic with the right support and the right team would be a great choice. My personal recommendation: try to attend different first online consultations or on-site consultations. This way you will have a better overview on who your doctor is, on what the team looks like, and what the clinic makes you feel during this process. It is important for you to feel comfortable since the very first moment. Patient-friendly facilities. It is true that small clinics will provide you with a more intimate and personalized approach, rather than larger clinics who have a more standardized protocol. It is very important that you feel that your treatment has been designed just for you, and it's not part of a list of protocols that are aimed to different patients in general. Patients undergoing fertility treatments require a lot of accompaniment. Make sure that your clinic counts with a good patient coordinator, a great team of doctors, professionals, embryologists, and nurses that will be with you during the entire process, and also with assessment for other aspects that go beyond their fertility treatment itself, like psychological assessment or counseling, which will be very important for you during this entire process. In conclusion, when choosing the right IVF clinic abroad, take into consideration success rates, technologies available, treatments available, personalized patient care, and clinic environment. Choosing the right clinic can make the difference between a positive experience and a difficult journey. When choosing a clinic, make sure that all these aspects are taken into consideration. If you want to undergo your treatment in a clinic that offers all these aspects previously mentioned, reach out to Vida Fertility. We will be here to help you and to assist you during the entire process. I'll see you next time in our following episode. Please stay tuned and make sure to subscribe.